Okay, a quick demonstration of skydiVR student. You enter the code of the instructor gives you, and click on confirm. And now the student sees the desktop the instructor has. Instructor sets up the jump, the type of canopy, the height that they jump from, what type of avatar that they're using, and they also set the winds. This is the ranch in Gardner, upstate New York. Normally it comes out of the west at 3,000 feet. And to make it a bit different, we're going to make it a bit out of the south on the ground, just to give you an idea of the fact that the winds do change at different altitudes. And the instructor can also set up where they are over the ground and the direction they're facing. The instructor also has the ability to be able to define a landing pattern that they want the student to use, and to define the holding area they want the student to be in at a minimum of 1,000 feet. Also, to avoid any no-fly zones, in this case the active runway. Also at the ranch we have an active taxiway that the planes use on a regular basis right across the middle of the landing area to be able to get gas, a local hazard as it were. But once the jump is set up, the instructor will start the jump, and now the student has control of the mouse, and they can look around. They can comprehend where they are moving. They're not moving in the sky, but they've got a working altimeter. They're not moving at the moment, but they can sort of comprehend where they are over the ground. And when ready, the instructor is going to start the jump. And the student can steer the parachute. At the moment you can see I'm on deep brakes. I'm going to let the brakes off, and I'm going to do a left-hand turn using the A key on my keyboard, or a right-hand turn using the D key. At all times I can look around to comprehend what's involved, and if necessary the instructor can bring up the briefing drawing. At the moment, I know that the winds are coming out of the west, and if I look down, the instructor can bring up a ground point, that white dot, and that shows the student where they are over the ground and which direction they're moving. You can see that this student is actually moving slightly towards their right, which would then indicate that they need to trim a little bit more to hold it directly into the wind. To give you this perspective, there's also a tool that the instructor can bring up called a landing point, and it's a way that the student can use to assess the performance or the glide path of their parachute. To give you a perspective, I'm going to do a 180-degree turn now, and I'll show you where the assessed landing point is. And you can also use the theoretical runway approach to comprehend where that assessed landing point is. But at the moment you can see that this student is looking pretty good. They're at 1,400 feet. And they're heading to where they want to be. and at all times they can use the mouse to look to where they need to look. And we do have the ability to do half brake turns using the Q and the E key, which is what we want to be able to do lower down in the traffic pattern. And that ability to look before turning. And also assessing landing point. A relatively low turn there, yes. And that will be showing up in the briefing drawing, which I'll show you now. The instructor has the ability to comprehend the exact flight path that the student took. And to compare that to the planned flight path that they took. Thank you for your attention.